So the water's not going down. We've waited until water doesn't move at all to let me know that there's a problem with the sink. Anyway, we're going to go through and fix this. It's not as hard as you think, and so you don't necessarily need to call the plumber. We're going to have a bucket, and we're going to use this little butter knife, and those are all the tools that we should need. The biggest thing is, yeah, we got to move all that stuff out of the way. So we're going to do that and be right back with you and show you. All right, so first things first, we have this bucket or pan, bowl, whatever, to catch the water. Don't need tools for this. This is just hand tight. What this is called is a P-trap. And what happens is it prevents all of the odor from coming back up the pipe up here into the sink. If you didn't have this, there's water that comes across here. There's water that comes across here that prevents the odors from coming back up through because it can't come through the water. So that's what the purpose of this is to trap water down here. Now, when we take this off, there's probably not going to be much water that comes down because it's still sitting in this sink. But we have this bucket here to catch it when it does. All we do is hand loosen these. You don't need, with plumbing, you don't use tools. A lot of times, I shouldn't say all the time, but a lot of the time. Plumbing is make it tight enough that it doesn't leak, but don't over tighten it. Okay, so you have some water coming back. You can see, you want to do that. Oh, look at that. That is disgusting, but this is real life stuff. Real life. So, yes, I am going to now use, and you can see what's kind of going on in there. So we'll rinse that out. But now that you know, my daughter's making faces behind the camera, and this is what the butter knife is for. Yes. So usually I don't have water sitting in the sink still when we do this, but this is the life of a plumber. Part of it. Not that I'm a plumber, but yes. We're just going to do that, and then we're going to come up to the top here. So you see, if you can see down in here, maybe, we're just going to put the butter knife down here and just kind of go around the edges and just scrape it. Now you know why we have a butter knife. It's not a knife. We're just going to scrape around the outside and get all that lovely stuff to fall down. And then here in the back, there's the part that moves the drain up and down. If you look in there, you should be able to see it. See that going up and down? Just have to be aware of that, so you don't want to just jab. You want to gently kind of go around the outside with this and scrape it. And I'll do the same from the bottom. So then I'm doing it on the bottom as well. I'm just kind of scraping the outside and getting all that lovely stuff. Now that I have, oof, it's pretty bad. Okay, now that that's in there, I'm going to run the water, and what's going to happen, all of this water is going to come out right through here. And you see there's still some black in there, so I'm just like trying to rinse out sides a bit. Because if I put this piece back on, guess where all the loose stuff is going to go? Right in here. So I don't want to do that. I want to just run the water a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to put I'm going to plug the drain real quick. Put a little bit of water in it. It's disgusting. I'm going to open it up all at once. Now the water is clear, not the water in the bucket, but coming through, which means most of this is out. Now, here's the thing with the other part of the P-trap, is this water comes across, you know, to keep the smell out, but also because it goes down and back up, that hair and all that other garbage doesn't make its way into this pipe. I mean, some of it might, but yeah, some of it did, but it reduces that as well. All right, so now that we have this somewhat clean, I am going to come back up here. Lovely. So this will give you a good idea of how disgusting the P-trap is, because it doesn't get cleaned out. So I'm just going to rinse this here. Now I don't want all that going back in the P-trap. I want it going in the bucket. We're going to just do that. Oh, that's really full. That's really full. Okay, so now, oh, that is lovely. Now, because that's really full, and I've never filled it up that much, don't fill it up as much as I did. I'm just going to dump this. In the toilet. Not in the tub or back in the sink, because then you're just going to have the same problem right away. Toilet is meant for, you know, disgusting stuff to go down. I'm going to just do this one more time. I want to make sure all this lovely stuff makes its way out of the pipes and into the bucket as much as possible. Okay, what you're seeing here is me cleaning up my own mess because I did a dumb, and we're real here. So just gonna let you know, I turned the faucet on, and there's a problem because this is open. So my daughter looked down here and was like, "Dad, oh, the water was just coming right out here." So I'm cleaning that up. I'm showing you that so you know not to do that. Sometimes we show you what not to do so we can learn. And we're always going to be real. We're not going to show you just the fake stuff. All right, so here's the P-trap. Going to put it back together and just hold it up. And you start one side and then you start the other. You don't crank one side down and then the other side. You just slowly tighten each of them. You know, going back and forth. Just hand tight. You know, hand tight, hand tight. And if you noticed in here, there's you know, this pipe sticks in down here on both sides. So you're just tightening it up above it so it doesn't fall down. That's it. Now I'm going to turn the water on, and it should stay where it's supposed to. And we're just going to check for leaks. No leaks. Everything seems good. We'll wipe that off again. You can obviously hear it going through, and what I like doing is filling up the sink quite a bit and letting all the water come down quickly, because that'll help flush this out. At least in my mind, that's what it does. All right, and just gonna wipe this here. And we have a working sink again. And a little bit of a mess that we have to clean up, but you don't need to see that. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps.